Hey guys, what's good? Mike here, Laker Talk. Let's talk about this. Byron Scott officially gets let go by the Lakers, something that we've been dreaming for over the last several months. Last night, after watching Game of Thrones, I said, let me go on Twitter. So I look on Twitter and you can see the trending topics on the left-hand side. I see Game of Thrones trending #1, Byron Scott trending #2, and I was like, wait a minute, could this be it? Could this be it? I click it. And yes, you know, Adrian Wojnarowski announced that he got fired. But I was like, I still had to wait like 5 to 10 minutes because you don't know if this is just a trending topic or if this is like somebody got hacked or if it was a joke. You know what I mean? Like when somebody dies, they always have those trending things, and it's a hoax and it's a fake. So I had to wait like 5 to 10 minutes checking different sources, reading articles, seeing if he really got hacked or whatnot, and you know, come to find out it was true. And you know, popping champagnes, and basically we can move on. This is basically a good start in our rebuild mode in a new direction. You know, after Kobe leaves, you know, now we can just start fresh. We have our young core, and we let Byron go, and now we can look for a new coach. Now there's obviously on the list, Luke Walton name comes up a lot. Kevin Ali and Mark Jackson is on there as well. Mark Jackson is not getting a lot of love as I had thought in terms of the publicity that he should be getting in terms of being a top candidate. And it comes to find out that people are still maybe holding on to the fact that he had a run-in with the management team at Golden State, which could be hurting his cause. And so I'm kind of like concerned about that. But Luke Walton seems to be a front runner, it seems, and he's on my list. I like Mark Jackson, Luke Walton, in that order, but I'm okay if, you know, we want to switch Luke Walton as our #1 option. Kevin Ali is in there. And let me just say this. Somebody tweeted me and said, Mike, why is everyone talking about Luke Walton? What has he done? Like, why is everyone talking about Luke Walton? Like, they're trying to say, like, come on, he's not proven coach. And that's true. Luke Walton is not proven, okay? That's a great team at Golden State. The thing about Luke Walton, what's so good about Luke Walton is that he is one of the smartest basketball minds out there. And he's shown this as a player. When he ran under Phil Jackson's system, Phil Jackson used to play him and use him like a player coach. They used to put Luke Walton out there, even though Luke Walton wasn't the most athletic, wasn't the most skilled player. He was one of the guys that kind of run Phil Jackson's triangle system, even amongst all the stars, right? Rick Fox, Shaq, Kobe, Derek Fisher, Robert Horry, they would still put Luke Walton out there to kind of help run that offense a lot. And so he was an integral part of helping our players, our team, run the system right. And then he coached under Phil Jackson. He coached a while now. He's coached under Steve Kerr. And being one of the smart basketball minds, the reason why he's also a top candidate is because he's not stubborn in his old ways. You have like a Mike D'Antoni who has a stubborn system, who was successful with the Phoenix Suns. He comes in, try to coach the Lakers, and he doesn't mesh well with Pau Gasol, basically an all-star still, right? He sits Pau Gasol on the bench, okay? So obviously he's stubborn in his old ways, that he didn't have a chance, or he couldn't work with Pau Gasol, an all-star basically. You got Byron Scott comes in here, an old system, an old coach, stubborn ways, who took New Jersey to the championship for a couple years. He's like, I'm going to do it my way. He's stubborn, doesn't know how to teach young guys. Now you bring someone in like Luke, who doesn't have a history of a system, but only has a history of being a great, knowledgeable guy in terms of basketball mind. And he's learned how to call timeouts. He's learned how to coach time-wise, working with Golden State Warriors. And on top of that, the biggie why he's #1 and Kevin Ali's name is out there is because now you got two potential guys who can work with young guys. Okay, Luke Walton is he's still young, in his 30s, that he could potentially, you could see him working well and kind of helping the young guys learn a system and really molding his philosophy around helping our young guys grow, right? You can only imagine that with Luke Walton. Kevin Ali name gets thrown in there. Why? Because he's a college coach. He won a championship. He has experience. He's a really good coach. And you can see him working well with young guys as well. right? Like, in my opinion, Kevin Ali is more stern. He's more of like a philosophy guy. He has a strong philosophy at, you know, at UConn, more so than what a Luke Walton would have. But he's in there, and I know why he's in there also, because Kevin Garnett likes Kevin Ali. So I know what Mitch is thinking. So let's just wait over the next couple of weeks. We'll see. Obviously, I think the job is Luke Walton's if he wants it. And I think probably over the next 2-3 weeks, we will see that happen. He could potentially land the job before the season's over with, like Al Gentry did last year against for New Orleans. He landed the Pelicans job while, you know, the playoffs were still going on. So, you know, on an off day, they could potentially interview Luke Walton and send him an offer, and he can accept the Lakers job. Obviously, it's his. He's a local guy. He's from Southern California. He's from Manhattan Beach. His dad, Bill Walton, grew up in San Diego, lives in San Diego. Luke Walton have like taco shops and businesses in Manhattan Beach. So he's a surfer guy. He's a surfer type of dude. So he loves Southern California. So basically, you can only imagine that when he gets that call from Mitch Kupchak, he's going to be like, where do I sign, basically. So look for that to kind of happen probably over the next few weeks. But yeah, exciting times. Really happy that Byron Scott has gone and Mitch Kupchak did the right thing. Like in my last videos, I said, guys, we got to trust Mitch Kupchak. Okay, don't talk about Jeannie Buss. Jeannie Buss and Jim Buss have percentages in the Lakers franchise, right? They can't step over each other's toes. So I hate when a lot of people are talking about Jeannie Buss, Jeannie Buss, Jeannie Buss, Jeannie Buss. Even Stephen A. Smith came out today talking about, is Jeannie Buss gonna fire her brother? I just want to smack him and just say, you know what? Jeannie Buss handles this, Jim Buss handles this, and it's not even Jim Buss handling stuff. It's all Mitch Kupchak. He handles the operations. Jim Buss just has a title. Okay, Jim Buss just has a title. He knows nothing about basketball in terms of operations and whatnot. It's all Mitch Kupchak. So when I say trust Mitch Kupchak, Mitch Kupchak is our guy that actually makes these decisions, and they rely on Mitch Kupchak to make these calls. And so I say, over the last 10 years, Mitch Kupchak has done nothing but make really, really good decisions, and he's one of the smartest basketball minds in the NBA. So we got to keep our trust in Mitch. And he did the right thing. He let go of Byron Scott after the option was up for renewal. And they technically didn't fire Byron Scott. They just kind of like didn't renew his option, didn't pick it up. And so, good move. We move on and we see what happens from here. Let me know your thoughts. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on who you would want as a Laker coach. Luke Walton, Kevin Ali, Mark Jackson. I think those are the choices, really. Those other guys, I don't know if they're gonna, fit well. So hit me up in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for commenting, liking, and subscribing. And always follow me on Twitter at MikeSportsLA. We'll talk soon. Peace.